Yo, one, two, three. Okay. So look, so imagine that we have a square, or have anything like a square. Okay, by itself, if it does walk to it walks to something. So what I want you to imagine is that this is that is moving. If this touches the red circle, it will literally transform into this circle. Therefore, I could go to another space, right? If I was to play the game. Now, they can have the circle inside. This is only the red color ones. Let's say that this red color one, it is going to go into another object. This object could be something else. It could be a blue color. It could be having a background. It could maybe, or it could have like an image inside, or some kind of thing inside of it. And red ball is going to collide. The collision is going to be made with this blue object, and it's going to turn into this next object here, right? For some of these things in cases, it may, if we have another object, if it was specifically made for reason, let's say that this is going to interact with the star. So this blue circle with the white square and black circle inside of it, inside of the white square, the blue circle inside of the white square, black circle inside of the white square interacts with this star, it may produce a sound and transform into the star itself, into this colored star, which is an orange star. So that is the basic of project idea of transforming image to image, sort of thing. From talking about further ideas, we can see if we can start with something a little bit more different. So this potentially could, as an example, have legs moving. It could have the heads dabbling from this distance to maybe. So if the head was dabbling, this line is an example of its limits. If the starting point is within this area, then the end point is here. Then it can only go from the red. These circles are only representation of the range of motion from here to there. That this is the maximum. This is the maximum from how diagonal side the head is going to dabble. This head. Hang on. Yeah. So I'm going to put the head as green. You will understand that this red circle is only a representation of the limit from going this angle, and the grey is only limit of this angle here. The dark grey and the dark red, its limits are, sort of, also say sort of here, sort of there, but it's sort of there, I think. And I guess the dark grey is going to be sort of here, if that could reach its actual maximum point, or between the end of this the line. So you can see the straight line, the end point there and the end point there, or that this is the end point here. Just really depends, or end point here, which I could argue that it was technically correct for it to be here, and instead here instead of me saying this here, or trying to prove my point. And I'm sure you understand. If I had these in integers or lines, and the representation of, like, if a further calculation could be seen, like with a tab, if mouse kind of moves this way, you can sort of see the measurements through a box, a box that can fade slowly and can show information about this stuff on that line. When maneuvering head dabble movement, or selecting yes, or so if you have a box that works like a button, that works as a button, okay, and what I'm going to put into the box is I'm going to say, I'm going to clearly write yes, right, because this box can appear with maybe a cause of pressing a button. So if I press this green arrow here, let's say that the whole thing started like this. Press green arrow, clicked, it's clicked, this will appear, and what we can have is maybe this green arrow to disappear by having this option here, by clicking yes or no. Like another box could say no, so this could be no. So I'll be happy to know, or to get you to know. When I say no, I'm saying this one here. This is what I mean. Even though they both sound the same, I want you to know. I want you to know within this project, if we can have a box. Okay, so I want you to have. So if there's a box, we click on character or an NPC for any type of example. This is probably you as your skin, and we can create an NPC. So if this is an NPC, okay, we're just creating him, you know. So if he could have a name title, he might be called NPC1. Okay, we just started as something simple. We could click on him, and then this speech bubble might be here. Okay, if he's talking, or the other tabs that this is showing, and say this is something about some description of something. So like the day Mary